How significant did that feel in terms of a result and performance?
Listen, it's a huge result, huge performance. Full credit to the players for a 90-minute performance, to be honest. I think huge positives to take from it. We lose a poor goal. Started the game quite well actually, but then lose a really poor goal. But then the character again to come right back into it. And then there was a big moment when they hit the post, to be honest. That was a huge point in the game, because after that I thought we really came into it. We played the conditions really well, really difficult conditions. And to a man, I thought every player played exceptionally well. The subs came on, made a big impact as well, and I thought we were fully deserving of the win today.
Yeah, when things haven't gone well this season, people have been hammering the character of your team, but you showed absolutely buckets of that today.
Yeah, I think, and to be honest, rightly so, the players will take all the credit for it, and they need to take the credit and the confidence from it. It's not just been this week though, it has been building. You think about even last week, we got a goal down after a real poor start last week against Ross County. So to come from a goal down, to turn that around to win, and then to hold on the way that Ross County pushed us towards the end takes real character. And the players, you can see, are starting to take the confidence from that. We have been quietly confident within the group, and with all the message and the hard work we're putting in every single day starting to come out now, which is great. We always said that you need to stick together, you need to believe in what you're doing. At times it's been difficult. We've went through adversity, the position we found ourselves in the league, the slow start to the season, and the players have been questioned a lot about mentality and character, but they're certainly answering that now. And we've always believed with what's in the group that it was such small margins, and if we can put the complete performances together, we know we'll be a real good side and things can quickly change. And I think today was a good example of that as well. So defended exceptionally well, the game plan worked to perfection, which is great, and that's credit to the players for really applying that and trusting in it, believing in it. And we were much more clinical today as well. So situations that arose when think about Boyley's chance to go in and kill the game off, or to put ourselves 2 goals in front, was a huge moment. And recent weeks we've maybe let the opportunities pass us. So all in all, delighted for everyone.
Aberdeen would maybe argue that they weren't as robust defensively and offered up chances to you, but you've got to take them, and you did.
Yes, we've been on the receiving end of that ourselves. I think back to Celtic Park, the amount of chances you created in the game, and when you don't take them, you find yourself very difficult. And I think at times we've not took chances when we could have had them, and then whilst the game's still in the balance, you're then forced to defend a little bit more than you would have naturally. And I thought today was a prime example of us taking our chances, being on the front foot, playing to the conditions really well, real difficult conditions, but defending exceptionally well as well. So I think there was only limited into a few chances and a couple of shots on target, so it shows how well the boys defended as well.
I thought the game management second half was excellent. You really killed the momentum as much as you could, and made it frustrating for the home crowd.
Very much so. That's always the challenge coming up here. They've had a fantastic start to the season, fantastic form, and I think that's credit to to the manager coming in to a new club, and the atmosphere he's created here. It's always a difficult place to come, but sell-out crowds for numerous weeks. We knew the atmosphere was going to be the way it was, but the game plan worked in terms of managing the game. But when you find yourself in front, making the decisions and managing the game in that such a way to try and force them to quieten them down, and I've probably playing to the conditions. I know I've mentioned that a lot, but understanding that it's not going to be a day at times for pretty football. You sometimes need to adapt, but also you need the players to have that willing runners in behind, which Ellie and Boyle had. Josh Campbell's energy in the middle of the pitch. So all in all, delighted with everyone involved.
Yeah, your team's been up now rather than over the shoulder.
Yeah, I think we've been looking up for a long time now because of where we found ourselves. But I think one thing we won't do is we won't get carried away. We think about the run of form we're on at the moment, and the confidence we're taking from it is great. We need to remember how hard they had to work today, to a man, every single player that came on affecting it, because that's what it takes to win games. It's the league shows you that, how difficult it is to win, how tight it is, how quickly it can change the other way, and that's the message I've always put to the players is, for how poor a start we've had from a results point of view, how quickly things can change if we put a run of games together, and also the confidence starting to grow in the players and the squad, and you're starting to see that. But we need to guard against complacency as well. Nothing changes. We keep working on the areas we need to improve, and keep taking the club forward, because where we are just now, we need to be aiming higher, and we need to keep pushing forward as much as we can.
Looking at Tynecastle, what does this do for your mood, your confidence, whatever you want to call it?
Oh, listen, it puts you in the best possible frame of mind going into the game. But derbies are derbies. Form book goes out the window. It's all about the team that settles the best, the team that performs best on the day. And I know that's a bit of a cliche, but these are games that every player should look forward to. They're the greatest games for especially a Hibs player to play in. Look, away from home at your local rivals, it'll be a hostile atmosphere. But if you can't get up for this one, then as a football player, you need to be asking questions about that. So it's one they should all look forward to, that's for sure.
You took some injuries there. What's the issues with Warren and Joe?
Well, Warren was, if you remember, against Ross County, came off in the game with a bit of an ankle issue, and then just at half time it stiffened up a bit, and was because of that struggled to run it off a little bit. So we'll just have to wait and see how he recovers. But credit to him for the way, put his body on the line. We'll just see how he recovers. Joe, too early to assess it, but just felt a little bit of a knock, so we'll see how he goes. And that'll be the key for everyone in the squad, to be honest, because you had Miller as well, you had a few bumps and bruises naturally, and with so many fixtures coming up, it's about rest and recovery as much as you can. But the players will certainly be feeling a lot better about themselves with 3 points and the level of performance they put in and how hard they're to work. But also you need to enjoy these moments as well because of that.
Well, Martin probably hasn't hit the heights this season, but the day he was on it, a couple of assists and a goal, look back to his old self.
Yeah, he was excellent. He's had for him, his season, he's found himself out the team for a bit, but he's responded in exactly the way that you'd want anyone to respond, especially a senior player as well. The amount of games he's played, how important he's been for his football club for a number of years. So he's had to be patient, he's had to keep working hard, but he's always had that quality. I think you've seen that at this level. He's always been able to affect games with his pace, his directness, but his quality as well. And then the end product he's got, which he's delivered again today, and his goal involvements for the season, as much as he's not has been his fluent best, he's had to keep working hard and be patient. But that's also testament to the squad, for the competition for places, that nobody's guaranteed a place. You need to work as hard as you can, and even the boys that haven't been playing, the subs that are coming on are affecting games at the moment. So we're in a good place, but we need to keep pushing.